Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, honor, and power that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and I learned this truth from. Salutation to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth, and all sincerity and diligence, risking both your lives and freedoms to do so. All right, shalom to the rest of the elect, as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shah. This is your brother Kagabar. All right, be another lesson going into the fact that America's allies, all right, are going to turn on this place as prophesied, okay, and specifically members of the the European Union and NATO, okay. Now I'm going to go into this article, which is entitled "Backfired Spectacularly. European officials reportedly now view U.S. as an adversary." Okay, European officials reportedly now view the U.S. as an adversary. All right. And I want to do this lesson because we know that ultimately it's prophesied that this would happen. Okay, there are things that's playing out in the planet Earth. It's really been playing out for years as far as the rift, between America and their strongest allies, which is, NATO and those European countries, to where those European countries are now viewing this place as an enemy, man, due to the dealings and really just how America gets down. Okay, especially with the latest going out of, Trump, speaking about putting tariffs on those European members. Okay, the same thing with Canada. All right, now those Canadians are ultimately feeling uncertain about this place, man. All right, so this place allies, all right, scriptures say, I'm gonna grab this. OBA.1 and 7. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." All right. And that's the KJV. And when you go into the NLT, it says, "All your allies will turn against you. They will help chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it, man." Okay. And that's the reason why all this information is coming out as of late, dealing with the fact that, America and NATO are not as strong as you thought, and those European members are not as strong as you thought, man. All right. It says European officials reportedly now view the U.S. as an adversary. All right. It says, if Vice President J.D. Vance hoped to earn respect among international leaders with his speech in Germany last week, it didn't work, according to one senior diplomat. Vance not only didn't persuade his audience, he insulted them, the Financial Times reported Monday. It says his speech backfired spectacularly, convincing many listeners that America itself is now a threat to Europe, said FT. See? It says, that was a direct assault on European democracy, alleged a German politician. It's very clear now Europe is alone. See? Confessed a senior diplomat. So with that mindset, they're likely to align themselves with BRICS, man. But you already have members of NATO, the EU already looking to do that, like Turkey. Already looking to do that. Okay, because they don't view this place anymore as an ally, man, just due to the ill dealings that, this place does, especially really America and the UK in those small hats, like I mentioned from time to time, that pipeline that they sabotaged a couple years ago, we understand who did that. These particular things, all right, are not forgotten, man. Okay. So, you see this playing out in real time, how and why this place's allies are turning on this place, man. It says it's very clear now Europe is alone, confessed a senior diplomat. The reporter asked the man if he now sees the United States as an adversary, and he replied yes. Gideon Rochman, who was on hand in Munich for the outlet, wrote that the only thing that could consider positive was the allegation it was pure bullshit. However, he said it was ignored because it was aimed at a U.S. audience. Okay, I'm not really sure. I didn't watch the speech that J.D. Vance gave, But apparently, due to that speech and everything, surrounding Trump, they don't fuck with this place, man. That's pretty much what it's boiled down to. All right. It says there is now a concern that President Trump could use his power to make demands about trade and security. That means that Europe must now start the painful process of de-risking its relationship with the U.S., looking for areas of dangerous dependence on America and stripping them out of the system. The report closed. See? So all the men, as scripture just told us, all the men of our Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Okay, and that's let's look that word up real quick. Confederacy is a league or alliance. Okay, federation, a league or an alliance, man. So all the men of your alliance. And what further echoes that is Revelation 17 goes into that, man. Those 10 horns, okay, which are the same as the 10 toes in the book of Daniel. All right. It says, matter of fact, we'll jump to it. Revelation 17 and 11, it says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition, which this is America, okay? The beast that was, okay, it's the revived Roman Empire, all right? It says, he is the eighth and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition, which we know those seven go into the major Edomite empires, starting all the way back with the Greeks, the Romans, okay, the Germanic tribes, okay, Germana Major, Germana Minor. Then you had the Spanish, the French, and the British. And out of the British, all right, after that revolution, you had what? America. So it's the eighth beast, all right, which is Rome reincarnated. It says, verse 12, and the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. See, so going back into the men of the Confederacy, meaning they've been in league with this place, man. Once again, NATO, the EU, well, really NATO is the military alliance, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization that this place has, and whatnot. They have, there's particular summits where these member countries, that are aligned with America go together and, discuss world events and issues and shit, man. But they've gotten power 1 hour with the beast, meaning they're ruling ultimately alongside this place until, as of late, that rift between these members has shown, man. That's why it tells you in the book of Daniel, the feet and the toes are part iron and part clay, meaning they don't mix, going into the stronger economies, amongst the alliance, and weaker economies and stronger militaries and weaker militaries, and just the different views they have on everything, man. And it's getting to the point to where, like I said, they're looking to align themselves with BRICS in an effort to de-dollarize, man. So this place is literally, America is literally losing all of its key allies, man. And this is prophetic. All right. Matter of fact, let's continue. In Revelation 17 and 13, it says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Okay. Verse 16. Okay, to the point, it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Now, the whore is America, man, which is also the eighth beast, but it's the whore, okay, that spread its philosophies and has slept with all of these other nations and spread, its ways of life, man, to all of these other nations. This is that whore. It says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate. Okay, meaning they're going to aid in destroying this place, and naked, all right, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. See, that's that thermonuclear destruction of World War III, man. So now you see events and, things happening in real time. Why and how these nations, the 10 horns are turning on this place, man, viewing this place as an adversary. Even when you go into Ezekiel. When you go into Ezekiel 38, certain other nations that are mentioned that are going to be aligned with Russia, okay, are generally accepted to be, places like Turkey and I want to say France. When you go into Togarma, it says Ezekiel 38, and I'm not going to read all of it. I just want to jump to point, it says, verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Now we know this is going into Russia, okay? Gog, okay, representing the king of Russia, okay, the king of the land of Magog, all right, which is modern day Russia. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says Persia, which is modern day Iran, Ethiopia and Libya, which pretty much goes into, North and South Africa, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, they also Togarma, or the north quarters, okay? And all his bands and many people with thee. Now that's ultimately, like I said, when you look up modern maps of Gomer and Togarma, of course it's going to be loosely, it'll loosely give you the region. Matter of fact, let's look that up real quick. Gomer. But it's generally, recognized as Turkey and, France. You see Armenia. Let's pull up a map. And each map is going to be slightly different locations, but you see here Gomer, which that's the area of Turkey, and you have Gomer up there as well. Togarma going into Armenia. You see Togarma, okay. You see Magog, like I said, goes into, Russia, Gomer. And again, all these maps are slightly different, but ultimately Turkey, Eastern European countries, etc., are going to turn on that alliance they have with Babylon and Great America. And I wanted to grab that because we know Ezekiel 38 is going into the third war, and the nations that are going to be aligned with Russia in destroying America as well as the state of Israel, those small hats. See? And so you're going to continue to hear more things like this, man, as to the, playing into why these nations are going to turn on this place. Okay? Matter of fact, there was another article going into Canada, which is also a strong ally to this place, man. At least they war. Matter of fact, give me one moment. Let me try to find this. Yeah, look. Another one. Okay, it says, can't be saved. Former Canadian defense official says relationship with U.S. is over. You see that? Why is all of this happening right now, man? Because we're at the end, man. This is being fulfilled right before your eyes, man. OBA.1 and 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, man. Especially when all these trade wars and tariffs and things fully go into effect, it's all going to backfire on this place. It's going to turn America into a third world country for the simple fact that everybody, all of the other nations are going to be set against this place, man. Nobody's going to be using a dollar. It really is making way for the digital currency system, so it's by design the American economy collapses, ultimately being that strong, one of the strongest economies there is. Well, that's the whole goal. See, so this is all by design. These elites, the heads of these countries and nations, man, they're in cahoots. And the ones who are going to be affected are you common folk, you people, man, you regular common folks, man. It says, can't be saved. Former Canadian defense official says relationship with U.S. is over. Retired Vice Admiral Mark Norman, who once served as Canada's Vice Chief of Defense Staff, does not believe the relationship between his nation and the U.S. is salvageable. Wow. Even if President Donald Trump is no longer in the White House for 4 years from now. Wow. Writing for the National Post, Norman argues the U.S.-Canada relationship cannot be saved, and then goes on to explain why the damage being done by Trump cannot be so easily undone. When the leader of our closest neighbor, ally, and trading partner says that he can destroy us with the stroke of a pen and repeats his willingness to do so, it is more than just an expression of perceived superiority or hyperbole. It's a real threat, man. Yeah. So these nations that are allied with this place view everything Trump is saying, whether he does it or not, which he's really, he's, backing the things that he says for the most part from what I'm seeing. It's this is still a real threat, man. And this puts uncertainty in their minds, man, as far as not knowing if they can trust and deal with this place. It says it's a real threat, argues Norman. To dismiss it as anything less would be irresponsible and naive. The question we must ask ourselves is whether we're going to act as a serious nation or not. Wow. So, hey, man, the scriptures is we're in the end. Scriptures say a house divided cannot stand, roughly paraphrasing, man. And that's what you see with this final beast system is divided up, and it's crumbling, man. It's crumbling right before our eyes. And these are the closest allies to this place, man. Canada, NATO, those European countries. So, hey, it's only a matter of time now, man. This shit's going to boil over. And I believe this dude, Trump, is the one that's, he's going to usher in a complete, end of this shit, man. Lord's will. But that's pretty much the point on that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shem, Kakadash, DTA, Wababa Ball, Shalom.